Chuck Kraemer began working here at Channel 5 in June of 1975, and in July of that year, he says he made his first mistake. He began keeping track of his work, or at least some of it, on videotape, never dreaming we'd ask him to drag it out 17 years later.
That's right, Natalie. You know, if you think finding old still photographs of yourself in the attic is really embarrassing, you ought to try old videotape, because not only...
This whole night's been old embarrassing.
Yeah. Well, there you go. No. I mean, as we've seen all night, not only do you look a little disreputable, you also act and sound that way. Knowing this, I have always stashed all my truly ancient Channel 5 cassettes in my cellar in unlabeled cardboard boxes behind the chimney, hoping my wife would someday mistake them for old clothes and drop them off at Goodwill. She never has, though, and Channel 5 anniversaries keep popping up, and the younger employees around the station keep wanting to know, was there really a Channel 5 in that prehistoric era? And if so, how did we all look? Well, sometimes a little quaint. Lord and Taylor.
The very first Ode to Christmas, 16 years ago. It had references to bygone icons like Grover Cronin and CB Radio. And some of the commercial items I mentioned were then brand new.
Shreve Crump Low Watt Crock Pot.
Are you all right?
Can I take a breath now?
Yes!
By the way, how do you like our news set du jour, 1976? You didn't have to like it for long. We changed them about every week and a half. This was September 1980. Veneer on the desk, carpeting on the wall, a greenhouse where we grew TV screens, and a special air conditioning duct for Tom Ellis. Very expensive. This one cost about $19.95 at Grover Cronin. We could go back before 1975, too, but maybe we shouldn't. Here's a scene of historical interest, and not just because of my pants. It's 1979, and I'm standing in front of a film camera for the last time, because electronic news gathering, microwave, and satellite dishes, and the News 5 action cam had just arrived, causing us to do live remotes from street corners and tarmacs everywhere. Mike Taibbi with Governor Jimmy Carter.
Unlike President Ford, he's taking his campaign out to the people, and he's standing by now for an update. Chuck, are you there?
A state-of-the-art satellite hookup, Needham, Mass, to the North Pole. But he declined comment except to say that he had made a list and checked it twice, including, of course, a live shot from the tarmac.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening?
I tried to take myself seriously in those days, but wasn't very good at it. This new video world was a plaything, and so we played.
That way you'll have enough current to operate the new Dipsy Daisy donut maker from Jefferson Beach, the Fry Baby Deep.
A story about new kitchen gadgets, 1978. Microwave ovens weren't out yet, but you wouldn't have had enough current for one anyhow.
Ice cream maker, electric coffee grinder, and Fun Gun automatic cookie extractor, no license required.
The method behind this effect required bringing in props while I held very still. Not easy in the middle of a laugh attack. Of course, we were all in our 20s and early 30s back then, and very avant-garde in the fashion department. Several questions arise here. Will our hairstyles today in 1992 look as silly as this when we have our 40th anniversary? Was this tie an accident, or was I making a statement of some kind? Was hairspray invented yet in 1979, and if so, why didn't I have any? Same question for scissors. Are we absolutely sure this wasn't the 1960s? Eventually, though, I got very serious and landed exclusive interviews with key newsmakers even Barbara Walters couldn't touch. Not that she'd have wanted to. This was Garth McGurgle, 1980 presidential primary candidate. This was 1978. There were gasoline shortages.
We are fortunate to have in our studios now Mr. James Sloppinger, director of the State Energy Commission's Department of Blue Sky. Mr. Sloppinger, frankly, skies seem a little cloudy lately. Where's this silver lining?
Well, Chuck, the silver lining, as you put it, is in state government know-how, which is going to banish the energy crisis from Massachusetts by the end of the century.
Mm-hmm. I assume you mean this century.
Oh, preferably, yes, although we are considering the end of other centuries as well.
Several more archive vignettes that somehow make it all seem very long ago. A commentary on designer bottled water, when that was a novelty, and designer jogging outfits, when they were.
Hi, I'm Bob Villa. Welcome to This Old Shack.
Bob Vila, when he was still on Channel 2, comes to Channel 5 with a lot of good-looking helpers.
That's right, Bob. We're going to take this old linen closet here, knock out the back wall, and in exactly the same space, put in a gourmet kitchen and a breakfast area. Okay, Paul, super. We'll let you get started while we go down to the cellar this way. Which is not going to be a cellar much longer if Tommy Teastelman has anything to say about it. Hi, Tommy.
Hi, Bob.
Now, I understand you're putting in a what, a hot tub?
No, actually, we're going to put a full-size Olympic swimming pool here, Bob. This will be the deep end.
Great, Tommy. Looks neat. Go to it. Let's go see what's happening in the attic.
Yes, he always worked fast, Bob did, even if his good-looking helpers seemed to do most of the work.
Hey, this is nifty. Look at this. And to think this was all done in about an hour and a half. Hi, Tommy. Hi, Bob.
Departed colleagues John Willis, Joe Day, Tom Ellis, and all on the same set at once, Don Gillis, Arch McDonald, Jack Hines, John Henning, Bill Harrington, and Bob Ryan. And here in his white bucks, Pat Boone. I bet you had forgotten that he worked at Channel 5 at one time. Of course, I'll continue to save all my cassettes for our next anniversary, Natalie, but this time I will label them Clothes for Goodwill. My wife, please take note.
I may rate a few of those tapes before you resurrect them again. All right, Chuck, nice job. We'll be right back.